The minor portals are closer to the kingdom of Zendikuria. They are protected by the same stone walls, but the doors are wide open when we arrive. The reason why becomes clear. Trade is already flowing. Masons and mages working hard to ensure the minor portals are working properly. Anything from... fuck. Anything from Mitchglass yet? Not that I'm aware of. Well, it has been 7 years since anyone used these things. Even though there don't appear to be any trouble. And then, a familiar orange head starts bobbing through the crowd, making its way toward us. Your Majesty, so good to see you. Oh, great, it's Star Trek. Ha. Halfway through the bow, he glances over at Blake. Rising, his nose crunches up in obvious distaste. Oops. Slightly too loud. And in such interesting company. Roman, I have words for you. Okay then, it's not really not the time. The skull on Blake's face deepens, but she chooses to ignore the jibe, instead turning her eyes to the workers. Have you noticed anything weird going on, Tortrick? Other than a surprise bid from the monarch? No. My men have been quite busy with the rebuilding efforts. The mages are very grateful for the assistance. Good to know things are well. I just wanted to see the portals for myself. He turns to regard the portals, hands on his hips and a lazy smile on his face. Most of them are a level below, in deep trenches cut into the earth with thin walkways leading up to the surface. On the off chance someone or something unsavory came through, it was always best to keep them in a choke point. That's very smart. Only 2 portals are on the surface level, occasionally flickering to life as the mages whisper magic to them. They're pretty great, huh? Nearly a decade and I get to see them run again. He looks over his shoulder at me, a big grin on his face. Isn't it exciting, Red? Well, yeah. The sincerity in his voice throws me for a loop. I just want you to make sure this area is secure. Nearby, Glinda rides off to speak with some of the mages, informing them to keep on alert, I'm sure. I'll also be sending some extra reinforcement, just in case. As your Majesty wishes. He returns his attention to the portals. Done with him for the moment, I take my companion for a quick trot around the perimeter, looking at the minor portals. So your throne sent us out there to talk with that fellow. Maybe that wasn't it. One has to wonder. Perhaps it was a misdirection? But Crescent Road is supposed to help Ruby out, right? Why would it do this? Crescent Road is incapable of misdirection. Lady Goodrich said this is just Ruby funneling the raw power of the Leyland through. What is that? It's an alarm, like the ones we have in the city. The guards only ring it when there's a grim sign near the walls. Oh please, they ring that bell if a grim as much as sniff its own tail. I'm sure it's nothing. The second he stops talking, screams echoes out from the construction site behind us. Workers scatter in all directions, scrambling in a frenzy to get out of the pits. Unperturbed, Roman taps his cigar out, the ashes scattering on the ground. We just can't find good help these days. That sounds a lot more like a lot more than a few spooked workers, Roman. Shaking my head over in the direction of the noise, I urge Celica towards it. Let's go! We skid to a halt next to the pits, peering down at the portals below. I'm not even surprised by what I see. Grim, pouring out of a fissure in the pit, at least 2 dozen of them. The Grims! It's a Grim! They're inside the walls! Not for long. Knowing what I have to do, I stand up on Celica's saddle and launch myself over the edge. Yeet! Ruby! It's not enough to make me fly, but at the very last second I activate my semblance. The kick of wind softening my landing so that I thud into my feet without any injury to my knees. This is what I'm really here for. One hand outstretches at the first grim to leap at me. I blast it back with hardly a second thought. To use this power in my blood and fight! For the first time since I left the desert, I'm not afraid at all. There's a pounding of booted feet behind me, and in no time at all, Yang, Weiss, and Blake are fighting alongside me. Oh, genius, you forgot this! Dodge! She tosses little Thor at me, and I catch it by the haft. Nah, just a good brigade. With a clear high note, Weiss summons up two glyphs. Eye sprouts from them, shooting out and sailing over the fissure. Scrambling to me, a locker limp on three legs, the other broken by a set of squeezing chains. The enchanted blade goes right through his skull. Victory flames up in me at the sight of the grim collapsing inward, its body vanishing away. It worked! It worked! You jumped down here not even knowing if it would work? I ignore her tone, jumping up and down before catching another grim. It worked! A low rumbling fills the pit, and raw magic hums inside my skull. The ice-sealed fissure seals up tighter, crumbling inward at the call of a spell. Get back up there, you! I'm lifted up, purple energy wrapping around me and dumping up next to Celica. Yang calls up from the bottom of the pit. Can we get the lift too? With a nose of disgust, Glinda flicks her wand, yanking the three of us as well. Being less gentle overall, she lets them drop from a few feet higher up from the groom that she had with me. Yang reaches down to grab Blake by the forearm, helping her up. Glinda turns to me, trembling all over. Don't. She jabs me in the center of her breastplate. Ever do that again. But the look in her eyes makes me think twice. I promise not to meet Grims in the pit again. Satisfied for now, she turns sharply and heads herself up onto one of the horses, riding over to the walls. Today. Yang whips a hand out, catching me with a slap upside the head. Ow! Up on the walls, I can see the Magis and Glinda circling the perimeter. Each of them are shouting spells downward, presumably at the Grim. There must be more outside. There sure are. An uncomfortable chill rolls up my spine as Torchwick slides next to me. The guy has a PhD in making people uncomfortable. He drapes an arm over my shoulder, sounding way too cheerful. Reckless Queen Ruby. That's quite the angle to play. I noticed none of you people were down there helping us, Roman. The salt is very real. I wipe her off, not even bothering with the he wipes her off, not even bothering with the reply this time. You know, I have a feeling everyone in the city is going to know about this tomorrow. Public impression is going to shoot straight up. You have a feeling, huh? Of course I do. Why do you think anyone keeps me around? I know what to listen for. Like right now, what do you hear? Not sure what he's hitting at, I do as he says. All I can hear are angry spells and the growls of Grim, but they're tapping her out. Followed by... cheers. They're cheering. And how? Grim have never retreated before. I've never seen anything like this. Well, they're getting smarter, that's what everyone says, right? Looking pleased with himself, Torchwick swings his cane, walking around me in a small circle. Before, you'd have to kill every Grim, but not if they're starting to act more like people with strategies. Everyone is saying it. He stops in front of me again, planting his cane on the ground. So, just like with people, all you have to do is beat most of them and scare them away with a show of force. It was only a matter of time, of course, but what a day for there to be witnesses. The day of the Queen's visitation. You made them retreat, Reverend. We barely fought any of them. He waves his finger slowly. That's not what we're going to say. Not if you want people to start respecting you. I don't actually know what are the consequences of this choice. Like, I have on my other computer, I have the files open where I can look up that shit, but I forgot. So I always pick to not lying because, like, honestly, it's the best policy, and like, people are gonna gossip anyway, so might as well. Setting my jaw straight, I look him in the eye. I'm not sure what it is you think you're doing, but I want you to stop. The mages are the one risking their lives, more than me. Credit where credit's due. Regardless of rumors, the truth still remains. We are victorious today, my lady. And happy people make for a happy, rich city. He bows low, shooting me with a wink before hustling his people and getting them back to work. Once Glinda returns, she opens the great sway and we head back home, exhausted but strangely happy. Today was fun. Fun? People could have returned hurt, Queensguard. She straightens in her saddle, looking away. But it was nice to feel useful. Whenever you get these premonitions, Your Majesty, do let me know. Any one of my knights would be eager for a fight such as this. Me too. The ride home seems short, although Sophos in a good mood. Boyce begins taking care of a mount. Young starts patting down and burns silica to make sure the scales aren't too damp. Your Majesty? Oh, right, this guy. Hello there. I'm little too tired to remember how to address the head of the stables. You wanted to talk to me about something, right? A gift, Your Majesty. He's holding something under his arm, a crate of some kind. And there are snuffling sounds coming from it. A bubble of excitement swells up inside me. Oh gosh! Oh my gosh! He works his jaw, obviously trying hard to suppress the instinct to smile. On top of caring for the horses and all the hands around here, I bred companions for your line. It's not much, but your father loves this breed. Setting down the crate in front of me, he opens it. Very slowly, a small snout emerges. Here he is. I want to see my little boy. A dog shyly scoots out with a little coaxing from the stable master. He's beautiful. A dog? A dog? A dog! Aww, look at Way's face. Aww. Aww. Surprising me, Sir Schneal kneels down before the dog, picking him up and holding him above her head. He screams in her hands, woofing under his breath. Oh, this is so cute. I'm imagining it right now, it's really fucking cute. My goodness, what manner of hound is this? How old is he? What a good dog, so quiet. Aww, what a good boy. Yes you are, yes you are. The dog gives her another breathy howf. Woof. Local breed. People don't use them as herders. They're sheepdogs, really. I know the developers inspired them a lot of Dragon Age to make this game. So really, I know what the Zwei looks like. But I'm having this very vivid image of a Mabari hound. And White being like, oh, this is cute. Oh, you people love dogs. Oh. God, I really need now to see Wise in Ferelden. That's a good image. He's about 6 months old. He won't get much bigger than this. Sershni sets him down. Once he realizes he's free, he starts running around me in small circles. Aww. Looks like he's trying to hurt you already, Ruby. Okay, but like, my family used to have a herding dog that was like super small, like the size of maybe my forearm or something. And it kept trying to hurt, like, my parents told me, because I was really young by then, I don't remember how much, but my parents told me that when they used to do like hiking and shit, so dogs kept circling around them, and like if one of them started straying, she would go after them and start barking. And then she would be exhausted when they were walking back home, so they would have to carry her on the fucking backpack. Do you like him? I catch the dog on his next circuit, holding him on my lap and squeezing him in a hug. He's so small, he fits right into my arms. Aww. I love him! Thank you so much! I don't think Zwei is relevant a lot in the game. Like, I know she showed up at one point later, and maybe in Jones' route. But yeah, two's good. Zwei is good. Aw, he's so cute, right, Blake? The three of us poses. Looking around, Yank tries to find Blake. Blake? Somehow, in the middle of this, Blake ninja'd her way away. Huh, weird. Bending down next to me, Yank takes the dogs and rubs her face into his fur. God fuck's sake. Let's teach him tricks! Sershny coughs. Her austere manner returned to her. A faint blush rises up in her cheeks as she gets more stiff-backed than ever. Probably an attempt to save face. It's too late, we know you're a dweeb now. Ahem. That shouldn't be too hard. Herding dogs are intelligent, loyal, and follow commands easily. That is very true. Again, see the dog my family used to have. Though they only obey to some people. That dog certainly didn't obey me. An excellent choice, Your Majesty. You can pick him up again if you want, Sershny. Oh, can I? Young and I starts laughing, and the dog woofs a little louder along with us. What should I do today? Okay, I'm gonna save here, and next time I'm gonna try to get some people with me. To get some friends, because I sure can do all these voices for a start, and also because it's gonna be really funny. But yeah, thank you for watching, have a nice day, love you all.